Hey guys, welcome to our Keynotes. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Swing GUI application for form validation, which includes event handling concepts. So let's get started. So this is the form which we are going to design using Netbeans 16. And after this, we're gonna write the code for save button, clear button, and close button. So I'm going to start with Netbeans 16. So before that, I'll let you know the procedure. So if it is NetBeans 8 or 8.2, then what you have to do is you have to just go to File, New Project, and then you have to go to Java application, and then as usual, you have to create the application. If it is the latest version, like NetBeans either 18 or NetBeans 16 or NetBeans 14, so what you can do is about NetBeans 11, you have to follow this one. Like you have to go to File, New Project. This is the only thing you should understand, that there is something called Java with Ant, Java with Marvin, Java with Gradle. So you have to select Java with Ant, and then you have to select Java application. Then the rest of the concepts, I mean the steps are same. All right. So now let's see how to design this form. So for that you have to dive into NetBeans, and then just go to File, and then New Project. Then, as I said, that if it is the latest version, you should select Java with and then you have to select Java application next. And then let's say form validation with my project name, select finish. So your project will get created over here, and you can see this. The package name is also form validation. Fine. So what we need to do is that we need to create a JFrame form. So for that, just right click either here in the package name, that is form validation, select new, and then you just select JFrame form. So once you do this, you can change the class name if you wish. Just click finish. So this is our workspace over here. We can drag and drop the swing controls which you want. So these are all the swing controls. You can see that, and then swing container. And then if you scroll down, you can see lot many controls, and also like swing menu bar. If you want menu bar, you can, like this, you can design like file, edit, view, and all. So for your own application, you can design a menu bar. And there are other options as well, like swing, other components like swing windows, filters, and AWT is also available. Okay, so first let's do something like drag and drop a label, and you can change this. If you want to change this name, either you can right click, you can go for edit text, or in the property window over here, you can see this. This is properties. So here you can edit, like J label one is there, right? This text you can just remove. Let's say form validation. Okay, and then you have to drag and drop the rest of the variables, like, or else you can simply double click and then you can rename. So there are multiple ways to do that. I mean, to rename. Let's say enroll, and copy paste. I'm going to do copy paste, and then I'm going to name it as name. uh, okay, and then we have the email. Then we got, I'm just going to design the same form which I have shown, uh, dob, and then we have, let's say, gender. Okay, so there's a typo. Fine. And then we have, let's say, class, and then interest, or else subjects, something like this. And then the last field is address. Okay. So now these are all the fields which uh, we got. Let's align this in a proper way. Okay. Now, what we have to do is that we need to use these are all labels, and we need to have something like text field over here. So just scroll down, and here it is, text field. So again, to rename this J text field once, either you can go over here in properties and you can delete it, or else you can right click and edit text and just remove the text. And yeah, you can copy paste if you wish. And this is text box 2 for name, and one more thing is for uh, email. Okay, this is text box 3. So let's bring this so that we follow the, it will not confuse us during the source code, while coding. And for date of birth, there is J date chooser. So if you drag and drop this, and you will get this calendar icon over here, and you can, if you run this particular file, run file, and you can see the output. Here in the output, you can select a particular date, like this. So you can select any date which you want. So for this, by default, this will be not available in your tool box. So you need to follow this procedure. You have to go to this link over here. You can see this link, this particular link to editor. That means editer.com/jcalendar. I have dropped this link in the description box, so you can check even. So once you get into this particular website, you can see this, and these are all the components we are going to get, right? And there is the zip file. You have to just download this, and then once you download, you have to extract this. This is the downloaded file, and this is the extracted file, and it has got a lot many packages. You can see that, right? So these many jar files were there. Now you need to import these things into your palette. So how to do that? So just go to Netbeans, and you have to go to Window, and you have to go to this. What is the option over here? Just go to this. Yeah, sorry. Go to Tools, and then go to Palette, and then you have to select this option, Swing AWT Components, and then you have to use this one, Add from Jar. You have to click this and locate your downloads folder, and then open your jcalendar folder as well. Once you do this, just get into the libraries, and you have to select Control A to select all the libraries. Next, and again Control A here to select all these components. Of course, if you wish to add only one of the component or few of the components from here, yes, that's up to you. As of now, I'm selecting all, and then next, and then here you need to select under which particular main component it should go into. So basically we do it in swing control, and then once you do this and then click finish, and then restart your application, so that you will be able to see all these j chooser, j calendar options. Fine. So this is the procedure to bring the calendar options in your swing control. Hope this is clear for you. Now let's go back to the form design. So I want a radio button here for this gender, male and female. And then there is a combo box for this class. Let's drag and drop this. And then for subjects, let's use the check boxes, where we have here it is. There is a checkbox one. You can use a number of checkboxes. Okay, and then for address, we use a text area. So over here it is. So drag and drop this. And if you wish, you want more space, then you can drag down like this, and Let's minimize the size a little. Okay, now you want to add three buttons here. For one is to save, and one is to uh, clear, and one is to close. So let's edit the text here. Again, to edit the text, you can either use the properties and over here. In case if you can't find these properties, these palettes, and these windows like projects, files, and uh, services, what you can do is the simple thing: just go to window in the menu bar and then just reset windows. If you do this, everything will go back to the normal mode, means that the default mode. So you can see all those things after resetting, in case if if it is closed by mistake or all, right? Okay, now, or if you want a specific window, then you can select here, go to window, and you can select projects, services, something like this, output window and all, right? So it's better to reset. Okay, now edit the text here. That is, this is save button. Let's say this is clear button, and here this is to close. Okay, now the designing part is done. Still, we left with two more things. I want to uh, let me show you that. Male, let's say this is male and this is female. Mm, yeah, done. Now let me just run this. To run this, just right click on that particular frame and then run. Now you see there is a problem with this radio button. Now I'm able to select both the radio buttons, but it should be either one, right? So for this, we need to group. We need to use button group. And here, to edit these items, again, we need to um, use property window to edit this. Okay, let's do that. Now, this radio button, I need to group. So I'm just going to drag and drop this button group. Can you see this over here? Yeah, just drag and drop this. It will be invisible. Then what you have to do is you have to select both the radio buttons. And once you do this in the property, you can see there is a button group here, right? And then just select the button group one. So now you can see that there is a connection between male and female, right? So now these two buttons are grouped. Okay. How about a combo box? I want to change these items, right? So here it is in under properties model. Just change this item one, item two. For example, the first option, let me keep it as select, so that the user can understand that he needs to select something. And let's say this is class A, class B, something like this. Okay, now it's done. And you see this, there is the change. And let me run this for you. And you see now I can select only one of the radio button, either male or female. And here you can see that class, and then class A, class B. All right, fine. Now, so now where we need to write the code. Before that, let's format this with some font color and font style. That's very simple. What you can do is, for time being, I'm just going to apply the same font for all these controls. So I have selected all the controls at once, and you can use this foreground, background. So if you click on this foreground, and you can change some color, maybe something like this, and you can see that the colors got changed. And in case if you want to make only the uh, fields which you are going to accept input from user in terms of you know if you need a different color, then you can go for, or you can change the background values even like this, and it goes like this, right? All right, and then for these labels, you can apply something like font even. You can see that font, and I'm just going to apply it for labels. If you want to apply for anything else, you can do that. Bold, italic, and you can change the size. Here you can change the font style even. So click OK. So now this is something different, right? Okay. Now, whenever I click on the save button, now it should check whether these fields are empty or not. If it is empty, it should show me a error message. Okay, a dialog box should be shown. Now, how to do that? So just first of all, the one thing you should aware is that the name of these buttons. You see this, I have selected this button and the name of this button is J button 1. Fine. Similarly, the name of this first text field is J text field 1, right? And this is text field 2, 3, and it goes like this: J date chooser 1. This is radio button J radio button 1 and J radio button 2. Similarly, the rest of the things. So we need to use the same names, but the developers basically, they, to avoid confusion, they used to rename these variables. So how to do that? Here it is. Right click on the particular control and then change variable name, and here you can change the variable name. Fine. As of now, I'm not going to change any of these variable names. So now just double click on this button, so it'll take you to the source code. See, here you can use it: design and source. Yeah, you see this? This is a method that is action performed. So for which button? For the first button. The first button is save button. If you have renamed it, it shows that button save, something like that, save button, like that. All right. Now we are just going to add a simple if else condition for all the fields which where I'm going to accept input. So this is going to be very simple. Like, you have to just start with the if condition, and then if that is jtext field, it is jtext field 1 dot, and then you have to say that get text, right? Get text, then get text dot, if it is equals to empty, right? Means if it is equals to just the, if it is empty, so I'm just using double quotes. If it is empty, then what should be done? If it is empty, then we just need to print a message. I mean, we need to show a message box, right? So how do we show that? In this way, like, there is something called as J option pane, which provides these standard dialog boxes. That is pane, J option pane dot, and then let's say show message. You can use show message dialog. Okay, and then I don't have something. Let me keep it as null as of now. I don't want to, apply some sort of styles and all. So here you can enter the message. The message is going to be like, let's say, enter the first field name is enrollment. So I'm saying enroll, something like this. Okay, so you can write whatever you want. Now you must, you might encounter some error over here, J option pane. So it will show some red mark here. Just click and then import that particular package. Okay, if it is not imported, it is already imported here. Let me comment it for you, and then you see this kind of error you might be getting sometimes, and you have to just click over here, and it is asking you to add import for javax.swing.J option pane. If you do this, it will be imported here. Fine. See this, it has imported for me again, and then there is no error. Now what we have to do is, it's very simple. And uh, so let's say this is, we'll keep it as, if you keep multiple if conditions, in case if there is any error, it will show multiple dialog boxes, right? That user might not like. So that's why I'm using if else if, multiple else if. So if you don't wish, then you go for multiple if conditions. So now this is J text field 2. My text field 2 is about a name. So simply I'll write enter name here. And then here, this is text field 3. And this is for email, right? So let me say email. Okay. Now we are done with 3 controls. Similarly, I need to do it for date of birth. So for this, uh, the date, it is G date chooser chooser 1 dot, it is get date, right? Yeah. So just need to change the method, get date. If it is, equal to null, we just want to slightly change this. If it is equal to null, then we need to print the message that j option pane enter, let's say, a date, and I'm just pasting it again, and let me use it else here and even here. Okay, now what is the next field? JDate chooser, and we have these radio button, right? Radio button, J radio button 1 and J radio button 2. Okay, so else if, let's say, J radio button, uh, just check the name once again. Yeah, R caps and B caps, fine. So radio button 1, if J radio button, if it is selected, right? So we have to just ignore this particular, let me just go with like this. If is selected, so what we have to do is we just want to go with, let me write it, is selected. Yeah, if it is selected, if male is selected, let me write uh, false, and then if radio button 2, I'm just going to go with, let me add this, and we have the 2 radio buttons over here. Okay, and then if J radio button 2 dot is selected but just equal to false, which is equal to false. If both of them were not selected, then I mean, if any of them or any one of the radio button is not selected, then um, mm, we need to display the message, because initially both will be uh, not selected, right? And like select gender. Okay, now the next field would be the combo box, right? So J combo box 1. Um, for combo box, it is because from the drop down you are going to select some items. So the method name would be like get selected item. Okay, so you can see this. Uh, get selected item is it, the first item we kept is select, if you remember. Okay, so I'm just going to uh, keep that in the double quotes like this. If it is equal to select, whatever you have entered, I need to keep it in the same format, right? So I have used this minus over here, like uh, let me just show you that it's over here, right? In this form I need to just use it. Okay, so if, is there anything wrong over here? Okay, if combo box dot get selected item, this is fine, perfect. um okay, so this is select division I need to call, or select class. So let me just cross check the name. This is J combo box 1. All right, this is J combo box 1. Okay, so still there is some error that bad operand types for binary operator equal to. So get selected item. mm, yeah, this is fine completely. No, something wrong here. So let me just figure it out. Let me go with the set that I'm going to use else if. So yeah, the problem over here is I have by mistake I have kept it as index. Fine, it's not index. It's selected item. We were talking about items, right? So it is item. Yeah. So now there is no error. So then what we have to do is the next thing is about checkboxes. Yes, and let's say this is else if, and for checkboxes, let's change the condition. Mm, this would be completely different. So the name of the checkboxes, J checkbox 1 and J checkbox 2. Fine. So what we need to do is if else if not equal to, if not, that means J checkbox box 1 is selected, and I'm just checking with the another checkbox, that is J checkbox 2 dot is selected. um Means if both of the checkboxes are not selected, right? Not selected, and what we need to do is that select select like subjects. Okay, then the last one is we were about to end this. The last one is uh, the last one is address, right? So that is J text area, J text area 1, and get selected equals to nothing, I mean null, then we are going to show enter address. That's it. So we are done with this button. So let me just run the file, and you can see that if right now enrollment number is empty, and if I click on this save button, it is going to show an enter enrollment number. And if you fill, and if you and uh, click the save button again, then it shows enter name. Fine. So in this way you can keep on proceeding, right? And if you can select some date, and now it shows gender because gender is not selected, and I'm selecting class A. Now it shows subjects, so let me select 1 or 2, and then address. So this is how you can check, how you can validate, right? And now there's no error. So in the next experiment, we are just going to add a database JDBC connection over here, and we're going to store all these inputs which are accepted from user in the database. Before that, now for this session, let's talk about this clear button. If I click on this button, all the fields which I have entered, I mean the values which I have entered in these fields should be removed or erased at one go. I don't want to do something like this, like I don't want to remove each and every single thing, right? So we are going to do a clear button right now. So for this, you have to just go to the design and double click on the clear button. So it will take you to the button 2. Please do be careful that enter or type the code in appropriate buttons. This is action performed, a method, right? Okay, so now what we have to do, let's say I'm just going to call a method that is called as clear data, for example, or else you can just write the entire code over here, like j text field 1 dot set text in bracket. You have to just simply write double quotes so that it will get cleared. But I'm going to do it in another way. That means I'm going to declare a method somewhere in the above code within a class, and then this is the method name, and it's like I'm calling the method inside this button 2. Okay, so now where to write the code? Over here we can do that, right? You know that it is a class, and we are inheriting the JFrame. There are two ways to create a JFrame. One is by extending a JFrame class. Another one is creating the JFrame object. Fine. So here I'm just going to add the user defined method. I'm just going to say public void we have used the name called cleardata. Fine. And let me just, so what I have to do is I need to just mention the field names, the controls which I have used. The first one is jtext field one dot set text. uh, it is going to be empty, right? We just want to set it empty. um, then you just need to copy paste this. Yep, just paste it for 2 and 3, and you have to set jtext field 2 and jtext field 3. And we have what else we have? The fourth one is this is j date chooser one. Fine. So let's say j date jdate chooser one dot calendar, or set calendar, we call it as set calendar. Oops. Set calendar, let's say null. Fine. Yeah. J date. Okay, there is a typo. Okay, now the next one, that is radio button. And you know that we have button grouped also, right? So you have to set uh, both the things as false if it is selected. So first you have to say j radio button one dot set selected. Set selected, let's say false. False. And then again you have to just say j radio button 2. For button 2 you can say again it is false. And then we have grouped it, right? So that is j button group. It is button, just a button group one. So let's check it out. So we have used this button group, and we have to select both. And you can see that here we have used this button group one. So b small g caps. Fine. So let's set that button group. Button group button group one dot. You have to say clear selection. Okay. Yes, clear selection. Fine. Now we are done with this. Now the next one is j combo box one dot. Now we need to be careful because each item is called as an index. Okay. So now set selected index. We need to set it as 0 because whenever I select class A or class B, if I reset, it should go to that select. So select, we have kept it in the index 0, right? And then we have two checkboxes. So we have to say j checkbox one dot set selected, that is false. And then you have to say you have to do the same for checkbox 2. And here we can do this. And the last one is j text area one dot set text again. Now that's it. So uh, we are almost done. Let's go to design, and we'll complete this close button code also. That's simple. This is button 3, and we simply have to write that system.exit. Okay, system.exit and 0. That's it. So we're done with all the 3 button codes. Now let me run this, and let me fill something here. Name RK Keynotes, and email, that is something, and date, and I have selected mail class A. both the checkboxes and something like this. So if I click save, there is no error, I mean no message, no dialog box, because everything is filled. And then if I click on clear, you see this, everything is cleared. Okay, this email is not getting cleared, we need to check it out. And then if I click on this close, and it'll get closed. All right, so let's check it out. Email, just check the, this is jtext field 3, and is there anything wrong here? There is nothing wrong. Jtext field 1, text field 2, jtext field 3, and we have set it as um, okay, check it out here. Yeah, we forgot to change this to number 3. That's it. Okay, rest everything is done. Okay, so just run the file. Oh, uh, let me just close it. Run the file again. I'm just running it. You can see that enrollment number, name, email, and then I'm selecting a date, mail, class B, and both the checkboxes over here. In case if I miss address, it is going to show an error, means a dialog box with the message, and there is address now. If I click on clear, everything is cleared now, even this one. Fine. This is what we do. If I have selected class A, if you click on clear, it should go back to the select. That means index is 0. And then if you click on close, it'll get closed. Hope this is clear for you. And in the next video, I'm going to use the same code and connect the database with this. Fine. So if you have any queries, do please comment and like this video. Thank you and thanks for watching.